Good morning, world.
Good morning, world, and welcome to another music reaction. We're going to piggyback and stay on the NF journey. And Brian and I, we are remiss, and even Brian and I can admit we made a mistake. And so many of you have called us out on not doing the videos that just have lyrics. So Derek Gold, and Derek wasn't the only one. So Derek Gold 4876, he said, should have done Wake Up. Wake Up has a video, and the visuals will be referenced in the outro video. So when you watch outro, you won't catch the reference from Wake Up. Derek Gold left a few videos, and there's hundreds of you that left videos about this. So we are going to do Wake Up.
So Cedric's tired. When he said they left videos, he meant they left comments. Just so I'm going to translate for him because he's speaking tired right now.
Yeah, very tired. Very tired. All right. Was that it? You're done correcting me? All right. Stay tuned. I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian, and this is Cedric and Brian.
Start leaving video comments. We used to leave
some video comments. People used to leave video comments. Yeah. We need that again.
Yes.
All right, before we get to it, I got one more comment. Just because. So this is at Britt Fiedler 9934. He left us a couple. Thank you, Britt. Really appreciated appreciated your review and perspective of Ren's music and video. Subbed to your page. Thank you, Britt. That's all we ask. We ask you to please subscribe. And we also ask, because this is NF, and we do not get monetized, even though he's fairly independent, his people will not let us monetize. So we would love it if you could, we're going to put it right down here, Cedric. Oh. Right down here. Give us a tip on one of these. Cash App, Venmo, we don't even care.
And if you can't give us your money, give us your time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell. One of the two.
Very good.
Subscribing costs you nothing.
All right. You ready? And then two things. If you send us a Venmo or a Cash App and you request a song, you can move to the top of the list. $40 or more gets you a hat. All right. Speaking of hats, I'm going to turn it backwards for the reaction because we react, yes. Cedric. We don't review.
Yes.
We used to review. Now we react. Okay, we're going to do Wake Up by NF. And hopefully we can catch it all because NF spits it fast. Mm-hmm. Ooh, NF's looking good.
You spend your life in a dream that you can't escape. 'Cause you live your life in a coma, you never awake. If you'd open your eyes, then maybe you'd see what's at stake. You're sleeping. You're sleeping. You make a lot of money and you live in a mansion and pretty much got everything that you could ever imagine. But you feel like even though you got everything in the world, you got nothing. So what you do then is you start going backwards. You run in a direction and you looking for something that isn't real. No, you know it's that you just gotta have it. What you doing is sleeping and thinking that you're awakening not. And the problem is that you don't know what you're after. So you put everything that you have into what you do, hoping that one day maybe you don't have to feel like you're empty. But as you get older, a lot of weight on your shoulders is getting heavy. Then you look back and you start to regret things. You only get one life, and every time you look into yours, you feel like everything you have is a waste. And the problem and the reason you can never feel a hole in your life is because you were never awake.
Wait, you can't feel a hole in your life because you were never what?
Awake.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. I like that.
This had the Back to the Future thing where things were disappearing.
Yes.
Disappearing.
I like that.
Interesting. I like how it says you have all the money, you live in mansions. What do we see? Some of the most depressed people who get into drugs and alcohol are your rich actors.
Yes.
And musicians. It's because you get everything you think you want and you lose purpose.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
I know this might not relate to this song directly, but that's what it brought up in my mind, that people going through lives and they want fame and fortune. Fame and fortune are not going to bring happiness.
Right. He talks about going through life and you're always in the pursuit of something, but I think he's saying there also make sure you take time to smell the roses.
Yes.
Play with your kids, be active with your significant other.
It's the journey, not the destination. Right?
You only get one life, and every time you look into yours, you feel like everything you have is a waste. And the problem and the reason you can never feel a hole in your life is because you were never awake. You spend your life in a dream that you can't escape. 'Cause you live your life in a coma, you never awake. But feel like you never got up and go to work, and you feeling like you ain't got a purpose. And you trying to get motivated, but everything you do turns into a mess, like you ain't nothing but worthless. And yo, you look around, a lot of these other people you looking at, to you describe as perfect. So you point a finger at God and tell him to do his job and fix your life up, cause nothing is working. And you would try to hide it and make it seem like it's nothing, but really you feel like everything is crashing around you. And you developed the problem in trusting in other people, which later became an issue that would mentally pound you. You only get one life, but every time you look into yours, you feel like all you ever see are mistakes. And the problem and the reason you can never move forward in life is because you were never awake.
Ooh, there was a line in there about all you see is your mistakes. This goes back to Ren. Those of you who know who Ren is, who watch us, we do NF, we also do Ren. Ren, who had a chronic condition, had to finally learn not to fight against it, because fighting against it made it worse. So you have to learn how to kind of get in sync with it, and then and kind of ride it, and that kind of reminded me of when he said that if you can't focus on your mistakes, embrace your mistakes and learn from them. Right. Don't fight against them. Yeah. Don't get mad at yourself for the past. You can't change the past, so you just have to say, okay, I made a mistake, or this happened, or that happened. What am I going to learn from that?
Yeah, I think too many people just beat themselves up, and that's kind of a whisper to society telling you, well, you failed. There's no sense in trying again. Just lay there and admire in your own self-pity. But I love what he's saying here is like he's looking on the wall at the crucifix on the wall. And I've used this analogy before. We all have like certain holes in our body, and there's a hole for your family. And I say there's like what I would call a God-shaped hole. And when you have the babies, you have the little board, and you try and put the square piece in the circle piece or in the rectangle piece, and it won't fit.
Maybe you did.
I did all this. I still do. I wasn't the sharpest tool
makes sense.
in the shed. But there are certain pieces that fit into your life when you try and put drugs and alcohol and fame and fortune into a place that doesn't fit. It's painful, and it just drives you crazy.
Yep.
And the problem and the reason you can never move forward in life is because you were never awake. Wake up. You spend your life in a dream that you can't escape. 'Cause you live your life in a coma, you never awake.
It's like Nancy Reagan. I wanted to talk on the coma thing really quick. It's like sometimes you see TV shows and movies where someone's in a coma, and even in real life, people say they're in a coma, but they can kind of hear what's going on around them, even though they don't respond to it. And I think we just said in a recent reaction video with Ren, It's like you need to wake up. You just have to wake up, but people are so immersed in their coma. And I love the visual of the young lady in the bathtub where she's screaming, but the scream can't penetrate that water. It's like, no, I'm here. Someone help me. Someone listen. Right. But you have to wake up.
And that reminds me, somebody wrote on a visual that NF had and Ren had, where you stay underwater as long as you can until you can't, and then you come up. Right. But it's a way to try to block everything else out until you get to that point where it's my survival. Yeah. If you get to that point, then you can't think of anything else. It may be a reason why they do happiness surveys, and some of the countries that are the wealthiest, like Denmark and some of those, have the highest depression and suicide, and some of the poorest countries don't, because when you're in survival mode, you don't have time to think about what do they call first world problems. Right. You're just surviving. Yeah. And you're happy for what you have. Why isn't my
internet working?
Yeah, exactly. And you're happy for what you have. Yeah. And a problem was you get to the point where you're in such a rich society that you bitch about everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, first world problems.
Yep.
Yeah. Like our last video, was it Ren? We talked about wisdom, and I don't know who the two, I don't know if that was NF as he gets older.
No, I think it was those two actors as they got older.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's saying, like, before you
but they were still sitting in the same place.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
You blink and like another 5 years, 10 years, 20 years have gone by, and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm still in the same place. Still
and they didn't learn.
Chasing the same thing, and I didn't follow the wisdom we talked about in our last reaction video, taking the wisdom from those who have gone ahead of you and say, you know what, I'm struggling here. What do you think I should do?
Yeah. And again, I go back to that Ren line on High Ren. It's just like, I finally learned how to ease into it. Yeah. I learned how to ease into it and not fight it. And some of the visuals on there with the girl screaming, but then the guy throwing over the coffee table and breaking, and we've all been there. Does it make it better? No, usually then you've broken something and you're even madder because you broke it, or you put your hand through a wall and you broke your fist. Those are lessons that we learn as we get older, because I used to do that in my 20s, and I don't do that anymore because you learn from the past that it's not going to make you feel better. Right. It may make you feel better in that moment, but then it's going to make you feel worse because you've probably destroyed something in that fit of anger.
Yes.
And so again, that's what Cedric said, wisdom, and you can learn it by mistakes, and that's the hard way to go, or you can learn it from others. It's like if somebody made a map for you and told you how to go from A to B, you can go from A to Z to C to X, or you can just say, oh, this guy did it before, and I'm going to take A to B and do that. Now, if you want to be adventurous, sure. But then again, like I said before, you have to enjoy the journey, and you have to enjoy the journey. You can't fight it and say, well, I'm trying to get over here to B. Enjoy it and don't fight it. Again, I keep going back to
enjoy the falls, enjoy the stumbles. Yeah. And I think another reason you don't punch things, because at your advanced age, your bones are a lot more brittle too.
Wow.
So that's probably another good reason you shouldn't do that. That was good. I enjoyed that. Yes. A lot of people, Derek Gold recommended that, but he wasn't the only one. There was a lot of people who kind of like tapped us on the shoulder and said, hey, you guys, don't dismiss a video just because, it's all, well, this one had a
video.
Yeah, had a video. But
no, it wasn't on that list of, I forget his name. He said, these are the ones you have to do. But so it's good. Come back and say, no, we'll do the ones in between.
Brian's a little bit more hard-headed than I am, but I try and talk him into it. All right, you guys, once again, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell, and continue sharing our channel with you guys missed that, I think. Share it with everyone you know. Just send it to everybody and say, hey, check these guys out.
And when we say share, don't just hear us saying share. Go on whatever social media you have. If you're old like us, you probably have Facebook, not Instagram, Twitter, whatever. And just share it. Just share it. It's easy. You just click, copy, paste. Real easy.
You should do a share video. Maybe people don't know how to do it.
They know how to do it.
All right, you guys. Thank you for watching. We appreciate every single one of you. Keep the comments coming. And until next time, I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian.
I got you chatty tonight.